All right. Here we go again. It's another Hamwise Comedy Hour podcast. Insert call sign letters here. You're listening to WKOK, only playing the best rock. Rock around the clock, everybody. That's right. You've heard my voice before, but you haven't heard it like this. No, sir. That's because I am the voice of Radioheads. Radioheads everywhere use me to communicate during this bizarre time. Basically, we're pretty sure that the people going on the rampages are in areas that are totally infested. We're not really sure how many humans are left. We're trying to send messages backwards. We're using a random text generator, and we're paying a comedian to read it out. So hopefully it works. And the jokes are all about Canada because we're recording in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Hooray. But seriously, folks, how about them Bears? They played so bad the last game, I almost called them the Cubs. Boom. Just kidding, folks. Any Cubs fans in the house? No? Okay, well then actually I wasn't kidding. Hi-oh. I'm here all night. Try the borscht. I'm so funny. Ha. And so like part of the whole comedy routine with the Hamwise comic was the that it's like really kind of like it's supposed to be funny. And it's supposed to be really kind of authentic. And so it was always trying to capture this aesthetic of having this really versatile voice actor read out in a bunch of really silly voices. And that was kind of the premise of the show. Kind of like, that one show with the doctor, right? You know, he goes around, whatever. And in the Hamwise show, they had him go around with different voices solving mysteries, you know, and he had like these sidekicks they added as the show went on. And you know, that's where a lot of the comedy came from early on, was that, you know, it's supposed to be this dark noir detective show, but because she scored highly on the Nielsen boxes, you know, you have just this character that just won't go away, you know, that's just hogging every scene. Like, imagine, like, Columbo, but he's solving mysteries with Duckman. That's kind of how it was. So, yeah, that's, that was what it was like making the show back then. And we put together a bunch of tapes like this, and we put them in a time capsule, and we said, okay, we'll unseal them once, you know, when things are a bit different. And that was the idea, was to make these comedy tapes during the pandemic, during my lowest point, and to kind of release them as like comedy. then it was like I finally decided that I wasn't going to kill myself, and I got rid of all the stuff I'd gathered so I could do it. And I figured, you know what? I just didn't want to anymore. It's like being such a pacifist, I guess, that I couldn't even kill myself. And, being in such a dark place that, you just stop even bothering getting high anymore, it's like, what's the point, right? You just come back to the same grind, the same grub, the same body that you just despise, and just day in and day out of just being in this horrible, horrible place. And, you just keep hoping that, somebody's gonna knock on the door and get you out, because you can't get yourself out. I'm pretty sure the area I'm in is completely overrun. And I'm immune somehow to the hive mind. I always thought that I would, I don't know what to do now. Like, everybody's, I think, overrun with it. Well, not me, though. Not yet. I might be maybe the only human left. Well, I guess Pigman. Last of the sapiens. That's me. Pigman with the pig brain. And I see the world through piggy eyes. Oink, oink. How about Lord of the Rings? Wow, what an epic romp that show is. I really like it. It was good. I wish I was happy. I wish I could feel feelings like other people. But I can't. Instead, I just get like fragments of it. And it's kind of like living in a hall of shadows. Like, I can remember some things, but a lot of things I can't. A lot of things I can't. Or I won't. Like, I just can't look at certain things. It's like Medusa, like, you can't actually look at it without it killing you. That's like some of these memories in my head that I keep seeing. They just play over and over and over, and they scare me, make me wonder what's wrong with me. They're from long, long ago. I must have been 4 or 5, maybe. I don't know. I tell myself it can't be real. But then I see it again. I haven't gone back and listened to any of them. I just post them. I'm just trying to find a way to survive in this world. I had training as a actor when I was younger. Yeah. For all the good that did. I am Oh yes, that's funny. I don't know. keep thinking that maybe it will make sense one day. Maybe someone will get this and get me out of this awful place. I don't think so. I don't think the internet's real. Like, I think it's like a time loop, kind of. I think maybe it's like you have to live out an entire life while they are watching your every move to determine if they want you to be part of the cast or part of the audience. And so that's what a lot of this is, I think. I'm not sure. I've been testing them just as much as they've been testing me. So hopefully whoever's out there gets this and can make good use of it. Everybody's pretty scared, I guess. I don't know what's happening in other houses and other areas, but I hope wherever you are and whatever's going on, I hope you make it through it. I don't know if I will. I'm kind of worried that this might actually be the end of days. If you're listening to this, though, I guess it wasn't for you. So that's positive. And hopefully you make it out of whatever awful place you're in. Because I assure you, I'm in one of the worst. I'm in some, I don't know, maybe it's a military prison, or maybe it's like SCP, secure, contain, protect. I think I might actually be like one of those things in that, like, maybe I'm just thinking I'm a person. Like, I think I'm a voice actor that had a stroke, and I'm just practicing these exercises and reading these weird scripts aloud so that I can try to convince someone that I'm sentient, that I deserve to live, because I'm also imitating the uproarious accent of Hamwise the Pigman. Ooh la la, don't you ever believe that it is me. Yes, I am Hamwise, the pig detective. And that's the best part about voice actors, is you can replace them and nobody can tell the difference. Maybe if I get something to drink, that'll help. Okay. Do you hear that? That's the sound. One of our sponsors. That's Cove Kombucha. The pomegranate flavor is good enough that I would be stuck in the underworld forever. I think maybe I'm like stuck in some kind of hell forever. And I've eaten the pomegranate. It has pomegranate flavor that's worth it, though. Seriously, this is a blue can of paradise. It's blueberry and pomegranate. It's very good. I lost most of my sense of taste during the pandemic when I got the plague. And I also lost my sense of time. Oh, geez, that's good kombucha. Yes, that's what we got to do. We got to take soda sponsors. That's fine. Yep, keep DMing me those sponsorships. And I'm just waiting on the payment from a whole bunch. So, if, you want to help me out, that'd be great. If you like and subscribe to my Twitter or Xer, what do we use for, what do we use when we tweet? Do we zote or zite or zoot? I'm zooting. I zoot every day. It's really funny. I don't know what happened to me. I think maybe I did have a stroke or something. I haven't been the same since. People have been acting really weird. Sometimes I'm like, maybe it's like in these scripts I gotta read, It's like maybe I'm not actually a pig man. Maybe I'm just being generated on a computer. And this voiceover is also being generated. And it's just imagining itself like me to make the recording. And that's how advanced the computers are in the future. All you are is a hyper advanced being typed in, generate this into the random generator, and you living out your entire life is just that alien observer watching the life that he typed into that computer. There, it's like the universe is a giant computer, maybe. Well, man, just in time for 420. Our next sponsor. That's right. It's another new sponsor. Science, that's right, folks. The Science Psychedelics, leading the way in psychedelics research. Invest in them now. And then also, we have MDA. Is that how I say that? I'm sorry. That's a weird acronym. Usually you would have it at MDA. Is like bop. Well, I mean, if you don't know that that's supposed to be pronounced like two letters, it's just a mba. Mda. Yeah, I understand. Okay. Sorry, a little kerfuffle there with the man in the radio booth. Okay. Here we are, Tanda Studios. We're still there in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. It's really real. That's where these were recorded. It's really cool to think that somebody will be listening to this one day in the future and all these jokes will make sense. But not right now. Yeah. We're about 20 minutes in. So we'll just check in with my viewers here. Hello, are you enjoying the Hamwise podcast? Coming at you live on 420. That's funny. Get it? Because it's 420. And I'm 20 minutes and 40 seconds in. I know, I'm so funny. Ugh. Oh, that's good. I don't know, do you guys drink kombucha? Yeah, it's good stuff. Cove kombucha is my favorite. I literally make 2 stops just so I can get it. Oh, so good. What the heck? That's so weird. Sometimes I think that maybe I will get out of here one day. Maybe I'll get free. Maybe we'll win, and somebody will finally get through their lines and get to me and get me out of here. But I doubt it. I don't even know if I'm actually in Canada, to be honest. It's kind of like that show, The Prisoner. I think that's probably one of the best shows ever. It's one of my favorites. The Prisoner. Let's talk about The Prisoner, shall we? An excellent tour de force in cinema. I find it to be one of my favorite television programs rather, ever, of all time. More than probably any other. I think it's probably one of the most important television programs of its time. Surpassed maybe only by Quantum Leap. So you know that I don't say this lightly. Then that's kind of how I did it. Was we just took hours and hours of old science fiction, and we found a bunch of open source stuff, the non public domain. There you go. And we just fed it all in, and this is what we got. So, anyways, hopefully things are going good for you. I'm trying to do the full hour because I pay for the full hour. I don't know if I have much to say tonight, or today, I guess. Whatever it is, I don't know. I hope that I do better soon. I hope that things get turned around. I feel like whenever I'm positive about things, it's just the world goes to hell. Like, I can't live in a good world because I'm just so awful. And maybe that's the curse that I have. I just see myself as this pig man. And I just have these piggy eyes and this piggy brain. And I don't get it. And everybody else around me is a human. And I'm the only pig man that I know. And my ex-wife, oh my gosh, she was a fellow pig woman, and she left me for a human. Me and her, the last of our race. That's my ex-wife, though. Yeah, she was another pig man. Yeah, you don't see too many of us, and that's why. Oh, the pig women, they go for the human men these days, and they can. The human men will do it with anything, you know? So that's why us pig men are on the way out. Hi-yo. Waka waka waka. It was a good kombucha. And we're just so grateful for our sponsors, and we're just really even more grateful when our sponsors pay us. Again, we're open to receiving your sponsor messages in our DMs, and we have been putting them in just like you've said, but so far we've only had one sponsor pay. So either we're getting fake messages from people claiming to be sponsors, or maybe there's an issue with your payment system. So if you're listening to this and you're one of our sponsors, see, we did include your ad, but now you need to make sure to either verify who's going around doing these contracts for sponsorship and then not paying or something, because I'm out a bunch of money and rent's due. And, well, obviously, I'm not getting a lot of work, you get canceled, and that's the end of life, no more, don't want nothing for you, you're the pig detective, it's tough luck, hi-yo, waka waka waka, I'm here all night, folks. Are you Hamwise too? Have you noticed that people have been acting strange around you? Have you noticed that it's almost like that there's a hive mind? That's because, like me, you're another sentient human being. Only other sentient human beings will be able to probably decode this. We've made it baffling enough that any of the, I don't know what they are. They're not human. There might be a hive mind, but basically, you can convince the hive mind of anything by just saying it out loud to them. It's quite interesting. So that's why I'm encouraging all my listeners to learn sign language. They can't read they can't hear hands. I repeat, learn sign language. They can't hear hands. Morse code too, if you can. But that's just the wonders of Hamwise, the pig detective. Hi-yo, waka waka waka. I'm here all night, folks. But seriously, where's my hip? Hi-yo, waka waka waka. If you take anything I say seriously, you might be on my most wanted list. Most wanted for being a dummy. Hi-yo, waka waka waka. I'm here all night, folks. Try the borscht, tip your waitress, and take my wife, for example. No, take my wife, please. She's an angel, a literal angel. A literal angel. And, she floats over me and she whispers things to me that I cannot know, that I should not know, and yet I do. And yet I do. I see things. I see so many things. I want to show you them. I want to show them all to you. And if you follow the rabbit hole deep enough, it'll lead you right to them. And then you'll be able to see how I see. You'll be able to see Hamwise. Hi-yo, waka waka waka. I'm here all night. That's right, I am here all night, doing voice after voice and script reading after script reading. I will read anything you write to me. However you want, just put a description in. And yeah, we've had a lot of Hamwise fan fiction lately, which has been very nice. it's always nice to read stuff from Hamwise's vault, so to speak, from the different eras. And, who we have on the show tonight is actually one of the older Hamwise actors. And we're going to get some candy, and then we'll bring in our amazing actor. There we go. Okay. Grumpy Gullish. Okay. Okay. What's up, Doc? Guys, who it is? That's right. It's me. Steamboat Willie. Steamboat Mickey. Nah. I'm driving this here steamboat. Right out of public domain into public domain. That's right. It's me, Hamwise. Nah. It's not pig season. It's mouse season. What? That's right. It's Hamwise, the steamboat rabbit, or pig. Dragon. Even. Isn't that funny? If my astrological sign was actually a dragon too, hi-yo, waka waka. It's not a pig, get it? It'd be funny. Like a big hat. That sound. It's part of the joke. Because only it's like you know how a lot of American humor is all about punchlines, right? So in some cultures they don't have the same humor, and so in pigman culture it's funny just having an awkward situation for a long time. Or for instance, if you got a comedy album and most of it was just a guy eating carrots, talking in funny voices, that would be funny in itself. Like, there didn't need to be a punchline. Now that I'm explaining the joke, it dies. And that's why we can still use humor to identify who is human. Because humor, you either get it or you don't. I think the invaders can fake most human emotions now. I might be infected. I might actually be infected with this language virus. And if I am, then I don't know if anybody will ever get this. Probably in some kind of quarantine, like secure, contain, protect is. Just being studied. I'm being studied or whatever. I'm trying to study them as much as I can back, but well, it's just me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just hoping things will work out. If you're getting this, then I'm still alive. I don't know how much longer I will be, but I am for now. And if you get this and maybe you're experiencing some of the same things, temporal distortions, etc., then, well, maybe I'm not alone. And I'm alone where I am right now, but at least I'm not going to be alone through time. I'm not trying to say it's sophistry, but, you might be the only one, too. And maybe you'll just start to notice it now. The rest of the world is kind of like automata. Sorry, I struggle to pronounce things because I know a lot of words, but I don't get to say them to people, some of the smarter words, because I only have myself to talk to about it. So, I'm just hoping that somebody gets this at some point in time, and they get through all the inane stuff that's meant to weed people out so that they don't get to the real messages that we're trying to send, and that nobody takes it seriously. As requested by my lawyer, I have to read this in a non-silly voice. Hey, kids. Hamwise is made up. It is not real. Ho, 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 ho. How funny it is to play pretend. But remember, the real world and the pretend world are very separate. Think about in your favorite cartoons. When someone gets hurt in a cartoon, they'll appear right good and new the next scene. That's not how it works in real life. If you get hurt today, you might be hurt tomorrow. So remember to take care of your bodies. There is no save scumming in real life. Thank you. So that's part of the whole comedy piece, is having this it's kind of like having this in-universe stuff to just use, kind of like in Lovecraft's mythos. You have just a bunch of kind of common stuff, like a kind of sandbox, and you just set people up to play in it. You give them a few words, some unpronounceable gibberish, and some new monsters, and suddenly we have a whole new genre. And so, we look at how that works with this body of work, and it's similar, but it's not the same. Instead of the traditional fantasy stories that we're used to, were created by a hero that, like us, is in the middle of something much greater than itself, and it's just trying to live and survive and find maybe a hole in the fence and get outside. And maybe, like myself, you've had some exceptional experiences, and nobody would ever believe them, even if you told them. But I believe you. I know what happened to you happened, and I know 10,000 people lying doesn't make it true. And I know how it feels to be harassed, investigated, beaten up, beaten down, chased out around town for being weird. I'm a pig man, after all. I'm used to people throwing cabbage and tomatoes at me. and, I could wear my human mask and pretend to be human every day, but instead I'm a pig man, and I've got piggy eyes and a piggy brain, and I'm here to snuffle for truffles, 'cause Hamwise the pig man is the funniest cop around. He's the pig clown, perfect for your bachelorette, bachelor party, birthday, bar mitzvah, or a not advisable for children's parties, though. Because sadly, sometimes I let an F or a Jeff slip. But talk about slipping, I totally relapsed just back onto living life to its fullest. That's right. You thought I was going to say drugs, but you know what? In this world of addiction, being sober is the weirdest thing yet, yo. That's right. I'm so super fly. And hopefully you are too. And hopefully wherever you are in time and space and you're getting this, and maybe you've figured out how to fight back against them or not. I don't know if the Hamwise test would work. I don't know if anything is going to work. But the whole Hamwise piece was a really funny short story, when we look back at it, I didn't realize it would become such a thing. And, looking at it now, it's kind of this bizarre, if people, like it so much, I mean, I don't really care. I get to, people have never heard of it over here, of course. North America, Canada, UK, nobody's heard of it. And which is nice for me, because I just get to be a silly old man doing silly old man things, I don't think I would handle fame too well. People, they'd come and ask me for my opinion, and I mean, I'm a pig man, so, I'm kind of glad I've stayed niche. I'm hoping this comedy record does well, because that's what I like to do, stand-up comedy from the comfort of my bedroom, because I have panic attacks when I go out in public. Yay, Mazel Tov. That's right, I am so happy. I am so grateful for everything in my life. That's me. Hooray. I don't want to have to do all the crappy things anymore. I just want to have good, happy things. And that's part of, I think, the whole I don't know, what do you call it? Sometimes I feel like I'm really close to getting it and getting back to my old self again. Get back to being able to talk properly again. And maybe I'll sound different than how I used to sound. But at least I'll just sound like me. And, I keep doing these voiceover records, keep reading the scripts, and they say I'm the master of imitation. I can read anything like anyone. Well, I can read anything like anyone except myself. How do I actually sound? I don't know. Even this voice, as plain as it is, well, it's just part of the show, really. Because you've got to understand, when you listen to Hamwise comedy, you're never sure when he's serious or not. But just kidding, he's always joking, because he's a literal pig detective. And that was why I was so surprised when I had all this controversy, because, I mean, literally one of his catchphrases is, if you take anything I say seriously, you should be on a most wanted list, most wanted for being a dummy. And I thought that, me saying that over and over and saying, like, hey, I'm a pig man, don't take me seriously, I'm literally a pig. And it was, it was very surprising when people got offended by it. People were comparing it. They were saying it, it's connected to these people or that thing. And I'm like, dude, you're the one saying that this cartoon pig is actually, somebody, something, right? Like that was kind of messed up to think about, where we'd get these, these people, trying to make something out of this pig man. And we're like, no, like it was, we had to record these sessions, by request of our lawyer, include this in every Hamwise tape, that no matter how convincing the Hamwise series of webcasts are, it's all fake. It's all fake. It's all made up. And we couldn't believe, like, I remember the day, what was his name? He was the Grip, because we did those photo shoots. Oh, geez. He came in, and he couldn't believe that we had to do this extra bit, like this part right here. At the end of this show, we're actually writing down on camera as we're speaking to prove that we're real people. I know, right? And so they were like, you have to include a picture of yourself on your next album and smiling and showing that you're alive and well, and that, people don't have to worry about you. And I said, why would people worry? And they were like, oh, well, they think that you're serious in these tapes. And I'm like, I'm a literal pig detective. And like the premise of the show is that it's a pig detective, and like when pigs fly. And so what's better than a pig flying? A pig traveling through time? Come on, get with the program. So, even a catapult can make a elephant fly. So what would make a pig time travel? Anyways, so that's kind of the idea. So we have to include these in every single album now, because apparently other people don't have a sense of humor. They don't have a sense of humor. They don't know when to laugh. That's why they don't like things that are funny. I know none of this makes sense to you now, but it will one day. Hopefully, I'm still around. I ordered a Geiger counter, just in case. I'm hoping I don't have to use it. Hoping things will be good soon. I'm hoping our alien friends in the sky will come down and maybe help us sort things out. But, I don't know. I don't know. Because you see, what I do, as they say, do whatever you can to spread the ads out. Oh yeah. The carrots from today were the pre-cut Superstore baby carrots, ready to eat. And so that whole half hour was for those baby carrots, or however long I ate them for. Well, I have a Nature Valley sweet and salty peanut granola bar. Good. Because I haven't cooked. I don't know how long. That was one good granola bar. Yeah, that was one good granola bar. Oh. Yeah, I love granola bars. Wow. Those are good. Trying to think of anything else to joke about. Is there anything to joke about? How do you laugh when the world's on fire? How do you do when the price is higher? So try and keep your spirits up whenever you're getting this message. Pretty sure I might be maybe one of the last. I think more and more being driven to insanity and they're lashing out. That's why I have no weapons at all, and I am very happy. And I'm not suicidal at all, nor do I have anything gathered that I could use to hurt myself. And I am okay. I have medical attention when I need it, and food, and access to medicine. I've been nauseous for the last I don't know how many days. It's just not good. I don't know, man. I don't know at all. Like, it's like, I play these tapes back and I listen to my voice and how it goes so funny. Up and down and all around. And even right now, I'm pretending to be talking like someone else, which is very strange to realize that you're always talking like somebody else. When do you speak in your own voice? When do I speak in my own voice? I think they have their own voices, maybe. Maybe they have telepathy or something. I've been testing them for a while now. Don't let them know that you know, though. They'll take you away and they'll erase you. They'll wipe you. You'll forget. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm a AI or something. Maybe actually I'm a robot or a replicant or whatever of this comedian, and I only exist to make these albums. That's kind of horrifying. If I was just being kept alive in a quantum state computer, imagining that I exist for the brief moment that I am being made to look in that part of the universe. And that's why the quantum state replicating computers are going to be so valuable, because you'll be able to generate anything to look like anybody and sound like anybody. And they decided to use the Hamwise tapes as the benchmark, because there was such a range of the English accents and ways of speaking were so random. So that's why for a long time, this was just how everybody sounded when they spoke on the radio, because they trained off using those tapes. These tapes, so they could learn to have a verified voice, which means you could change it constantly to match the subtitle on the bottom of the screen. You needed to have an accuracy for changing your voice very quickly on the fly, so that it could be done between sentences. And that was how talented you needed to be a voice for radio, because it was one of the last two things we could fight with was shortwave radio. That's why they were doing everything they could to wipe out all the broadcast stuff, so like the TV stations getting taken offline, all that. It was to basically broadcast that Earth had ended, and it noticed that's kind of when they took all the things offline, was we're at the cusp of this crisis, and then suddenly all the television dishes disappear and the radio starts to go too. But that's what we didn't expect, I think, was having to go back so far. Like one generation, you're surfing on Amazon, you get anything you want within a day. So maybe you'll get something you order, maybe not. Maybe that distribution center got hit by a riot and it's gone now. You didn't know. You had no idea. So, sometimes stuff wouldn't even come in. They're just like, sorry, we don't know or when or if you'll ever get that. And that was part of the life I had, was basically just existing like that, like being made to be a replica of that person. And it was kind of like the boys from Brazil with the clones, right? But with Hamwise, we found, whatever environment you put them in, Hamwise was going to be Hamwise through and through. Just like Bugs Bunny, hi-yo, waka waka waka. He's here all night, folks. And we're down to the last few minutes of the show. Thanks for tuning in today. Hope you have a hilarious 420. And that this trip was, it hopefully didn't freak you out too much. But just remember to be safe and happy, and to not take anything that Hamwise, the pig detective, says seriously, because he's a joke. He is a fake pig detective that makes funny jokes, and all the things you're listening to are jokes. And that's why, I don't understand why people get mad about it. It's literally like if you're watching a comedian that's called Hamwise the Pig Detective, and you're expecting highbrow humor that's not, offensive, then, you're the one who's crazy, Like, this is what I do. I'm a pig man. What else can I do? Get people to laugh at my appearance and give me money for it. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Look at this face. The face only a mother would love, or shoved down a well. Hi-yo, waka waka waka. But seriously, folks, Oh, me and my mother, we do not get along. Last week, she called me asking for $4 for some dope. Happy 420. Did you get my Steve Martin? Yeah, that's really funny, isn't it? That was a good stand-up. The mother one. I'm so mad at my mother. It was classic comedy for its era, and with the new era, like the biggest thing that I thought was funny was what's called hyperrealism. And it's where the audience is never sure if what they're seeing is real or not. And so that was the idea with a lot of the internet stuff, was just crank things up, make it more and more intense, make it more and more surreal, and with more and more CGI, we could get more and more creative. And, eventually, it was like, yeah, people were believing what they saw on their screens and doing whatever we bid them to do, like put literal poison on your tongue challenge. And we were like, wow, I don't know how much of our population is actually sentient. And that was when the project started. We just started to try to identify people that we didn't think were actually sentient, and we'd launch, campaigns against them. And then the tables turned, of course, when the hive mind hit. And suddenly we had this very virulent, because before the hive mind was kind of slow-moving, kind of stupid and old. And it couldn't infect very fast. And then we got this new hive mind that was like, you make eye contact and it spread. And you're like part of this mass of moving, living, eye network, basically, God of eyes. And all of it is just deciding who is saved and who is tormented. And it's the biggest thing controlling this planet, I think. I'm not sure when it happens, but it's like people at some point in their life, they just get hooked up to it. It's like they get activated by something, or maybe it's part of me having this autism or whatever's wrong with me, so that I live and act like this. Just imitating stupid voices and trying to make a buck. Just trying to really just make ends meet, because it's like, it's hard, man. I can't hold down the job anymore. I mean, you can't see it, but, it's like, I'm dressed like a pig. I live the part. And of course I look like it too. It is hard to admit that when you're like ugly, and you look in the mirror and that you see how ugly you are. And it's like, God damn, I am a pig man. And, I like to make a lot of jokes about it. But seriously, it's really hard to have any self-esteem these days, especially as an older guy like me. Everybody else is younger, handsomer, thinner, and I don't feel like I have anything to offer, I don't know what I would do without my wife. Oh, that angel of my life, literally. But she's up in her heaven, and I'm down here on earth. So it gets lonely. And sometimes it's like, maybe if I do that, it would feel good. But I think about it, and it's like, no, I don't really want to. It's just like somebody can see me in that my vulnerable pig man-like body, obviously I'm an old, fat, middle-aged man that's just really good at changing his voice. No, that's right. It's not like I'm actually using a voice changer, and I'm not a middle-aged old man. Hi-yo, waka waka waka. I'm here all night, folks, but seriously, try the borscht. Okay. That's about all I can come up with. So have a good one. Happy 420. And remember, this is Hamwise, the Pig Detective, coming at you live. And on arrival, I'm the pig detective, oink oink, and I'm gonna snuffle for truffles of truth, no matter where they find. And even if there's a massive conspiracy against me, a campaign of harassment to put me out of work and drive me mad, I will continue to be patient and wait for your arrival, my brothers. Oh, my brothers. Horror show. Anywho, that's a real horror show. Get it? Horror show. No? It's that bilingual bonus. He's not saying, he's mispronouncing horror show. That's what he's doing. Horror show. Get it? Can you hear it? It's close. It's very close. It's danger close. And that's why I'm so glad you tuned in today. And just before you end this very strange trip, I just want to thank you for listening to the end of the tape. Now you can complete the Hamwise voice test by sending in to Neverwave for a test kit. Thank you. From Hamwise, the pig detective. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, in the cockles and the cockle area, a burning warmth for you, the reader, listener of this here script recording. Because only through spreading of the fire of wisdom can we resist this hive mind sweeping the globe. I don't know if I'm even fighting on the right side. I found out that Gusty Spence was a loyalist. You know what that did to me? I was a loyalist. I didn't realize it. Was I a loyalist? God, that's so messed up. All those years thinking I was a freedom fighter. And it was just like, they just didn't tell me what I was fighting for. It's very strange when I think about it. I just don't like to, though. Oh, God. So, anyways, that's about it. I guess I'm going to turn the tape off now. And we're going to stop recording. Because I got an extra 10 minutes, he said. Because he had to change something with the mic, so apparently it cut off partway through. So you might have missed something. Hopefully not. That's all, folks. That's all from me, Hamwise, the pig detective. Remember, if you take anything I say seriously, you might be on my most wanted list. Most wanted for being a dummy. Hi-yo. And as always, be seeing you